welcome to this week's Mortgage Minute with Mitch. So we finally got a gorgeous Friday. I feel like every Friday this year has just been like gloomy and rainy, so finally got a nice one and just in time. I mean, we have Good Friday and we have the Guardians home opener today, so if you're out there downtown enjoying it, have fun. Hopefully we bring home a win. So little numbers heavy this week. I got a lot of things to get into. And I'm going to start with how the week started in headlines, and that was OPEC plus cutting production by 1 million barrels per day. Not a good sign, definitely not something that's going to help with inflation, but some people think it's because we made a promise to OPEC that we were going to replenish the strategic oil reserves once gas hit $70 a barrel. Well, that happened. We were below 70. We didn't replenish anything. So this could be retaliatory. That's what some people think. But bottom line, we didn't do what we said we were going to do, and it looks like we're all going to be paying the price at the pump this summer. Now, as far as employment numbers, those came out this week, and ADP showed 142,000 jobs added, well below their expectation, but the Bureau of Labor Statistics showed 236,000 jobs created. Now, they've been running about 100,000 apart from each other ever since the BLS revised how they come up with their numbers back in January. If you remember, there was a huge discrepancy, and ever since then, we've been running at about 100,000. ADP showing 100,000 less jobs added than the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Hard to say which one's more accurate, but bottom line is there is a discrepancy, and it looks like there is a slowdown in jobs being created. Now, another thing to look at is the unemployment numbers, or the initial jobless claims. There's a huge revision also to how they report their numbers, much like the BLS did earlier this year, and they're showing a massive increase in the number of employment claims. So basically, they've been underreporting the numbers for a long time. We've been kind of fed that, hey, the job market's stronger than it really is. So this is important. Now, what happened is the 4-week average, it was 198,000 just a week ago, but this week, because of this revision, the 4-week average jumped by 40,000. That means 40,000 more people are filing for unemployment claims for the first time per week. That's big. That's a sign of a slowing or cooling job market. Now, that should translate to lower inflation, but again, I know the Fed's watching these numbers. They need to stop raising rates. The stuff's working. There's no doubt about it. So now that these numbers are being adjusted and we're catching up, we are starting to see that. A couple other things I want to point out too. We're at a 21-month low in the number of job openings. Now also, a lot of the jobs that we've been adding are in hospitality. So that was one of the industries decimated by COVID. So we're basically back to pre-COVID levels. So about 100,000 of the jobs we've been adding every single month for the last year have been in hospitality. So once that levels off and that kind of maximizes back out and all those jobs are full, we're going to see a big reduction in the amount of jobs added. That's how it's looking. So as far as the overall health of the housing market, so great news here. Listings are up about 60% from the low last June. So that's a great sign. We are starting to see more homes hit the market, a little bit more activity, and we're just starting to scratch the surface on the spring market. Now, another thing too to keep in mind, the inventory, although it's up, is only about half of what it was prior to COVID. So the numbers are not back to where we were, which means it is still a tight market. It is overall a seller's market. Now that's good for homeowners because a lot of people are worried about losing their values, but like I've been saying, this is keeping things moving in the right direction. Home values, they're not jumping up double digits like they were, but we are still holding steady and values are still there. So that's a good sign overall, showing that it is still a strong, healthy housing market. Now this week, what interest rates did, you can see they were starting to get better, a lot of green, but then this morning, they really went off a cliff there. Hard to say why, but the stock market was closed today and the bond market closed early. So we'll see if Monday, once we've had time to digest some of the reports, if things kind of go back in the right direction. But as it stands, we kind of went off a cliff there, and we're hoping to see a rebound next week. So Guardians in town, home opener today. The Cavs are in the playoffs. They got the last home game on Sunday of the regular season, and then it's playoff. We're going to have playoff basketball. So if you're going to be watching the Masters this weekend, lounging around, eating some ham, enjoy however you spend your holiday weekend. And if you can, please take a moment to like this video. If you have any questions, let me know. And as always, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.